Welcome back to You Versus. Today we are covering Scream 2022, which has new main characters and the old cast, since they are covering the rules of a requel. Let's get into these rules of a requel and see them in action. The movie begins with a phone call, and we see Jenna Ortega playing a character named Tara, who I'm begging don't get butchered as brutally as the other beginning actors. They talk about horror movies like Babadook and Stab until Ghostface starts to turn threatening. But since it's set in the modern day, Tara just locks the doors from her phone. The killer texts from Tara's friend Amber's phone number and shows a video of him filming her and saying that he will kill her if Tara doesn't answer the questions right. But yet again, since it's the modern day, Tara just Googles the answers. Tara goes to protect Amber, but Ghostface starts attacking Tara instead. It feels so brutal to see an actor that everyone loves gets attacked so viciously. But the movie cuts before we see her get murdered. She could have survived better in the scene by hiding herself in the corner so she can defend herself and make sure no Ghostface sneak up behind her. Unless, like in Scream 2, the knives can stab through walls. We cut to our new protagonist, Sam, and her boyfriend, Richie, who gets a call from someone named West, and he tells them that Tara, her sister, was attacked. And it's actually revealed here that Tara survived the attack, unlike every other opening victim. Meet our main group, who I'll reveal like I have every other time. Wes, who is Sheriff Judy's son from the last movie. Chad, who is a rugby player, and I say rugby because I'm British. Cindy, who is our female Randy, and a twin to Chad. Amber, who is Tara's friend that I previously mentioned. And finally, Liv, who you will completely forget about until I mention her. I even find it funny that Mindy calls Liv boring in a scene where they talk about Sam and the Ghostface. Vince, who is Liv's ex, tries to get her back but gets kicked out the pub. I just think he needs to smile more. Anyway, he gets murdered after someone plays the Scream theme song, Red Right Hand, in his car. He could have survived this by actually being prepared to fight, since he might have got in a fight anyway. Or he could have used the switchblade that he was shown with previously. Sam takes pills in front of a mirror, which is when we see Billy Loomis as a hallucination talking to her. His brief appearance doesn't last long, since she's immediately attacked by Ghostface, who somehow teleported from the pub to the hospital. But maybe it's a good idea them buildings are quite close together. Sam tells Tara the truth about her father not being Tara's, and she's the reason why their dad left. And that Sam's dad is actually Billy Loomis.
Get the fuck out!
Sam tells Richie to get out before it's too late, and he doesn't, instead telling her that we've got someone to help her. Turns out to be our favourite honeydew, and unfortunately he's not living in the best situations since he's had a divorce with Gail. Dewey gives the rules of the whole franchise from 1 to 5. Rule 1, don't trust the love interest, which is Richie in this situation. Rule 2, the killer's motive is always from the past. Finally, rule 3, the killer is always in the main friend group, which didn't happen with Roman, so I guess all the rules can't be fully truthful. Then Dewey kicks them out as soon as their 2 minutes is up. Dewey calls our favourite final girl, Sydney Prescott, who is shown to have children. They talk about the Ghostface attacks, and Dewey makes sure that she is far away from the murders, no matter what happens. Dewey then texts Gail, which actually hurts to see since you can tell he's still hurting. Dewey then comes to help Sam, and then Mindy is also revealed to be Randy's niece, and also his replacement. Martha Meeks back from Scream 3, and she unfortunately asks how Gail is. Not the right time. Mindy discovers the killer is trying to make a requel, which is a sequel to a movie with new characters that are related to previous characters. And after Sam is blamed, she sees another vision of Billy, basically telling her to man up. Whilst Judy is in her car, she gets a Ghostface call who threatens to kill her son, Wes. But when she gets to a house, she is unfortunately murdered, which I wouldn't care in the last movie, but I'm actually more sad this time. She could have survived this by, instead of running into the house, she could have got a weapon, which I imagine would be in a cop car. Wes is setting up dinner for his mum, which makes me even more sad about her death and what's about to happen. Until he gets goosebumps, not the Night of the Living Dummy, but Ghostface when he goes to investigate and gets stabbed through the neck brutally. He could have survived this by trying to use his legs instead of his arms, which were preoccupied. Or maybe his mum could have used a better text to warn him. Sam arrives at the crime scene, and so does Gail Weathers, who talks to her. She sees Dewey and runs to him, but instead of being there to write a story, which she is mainly there to see if he is okay. Dewey reveals to her that he's retired and how he feels like a coward for leaving her. We then see a cameo from my favourite YouTube channel, Dead Meat, which you probably could tell, who make fun of the film title of Stab 8 being called Stab, which is a joke about this movie being called Scream when it's obviously Scream 5. Tara is alone at the hospital, and I like the detail that her heart rate monitor goes up when she hears a noise. She decides to leave in a wheelchair as soon as she hears this noise, which is actually a smart thing to do in this situation, which we normally don't see. Richie is stabbed when he checks up on her, and she tries rolling away. Ghostface picks up a call from Sam, and we see the new technology that Ghostface uses, which helps him talk in person and helps him threaten to kill Tara. Until Sam reveals that she's in the elevator, and Dewey reveals he's strapped when he shoots Ghostface, which we know won't kill him since we're only halfway through the movie. Dewey goes back alone to finish off Ghostface, but it doesn't work out as he's distracted by Gail's phone call. Dewey is stabbed, but he's came back from worse, right? Right? Unfortunately, it's revealed that our favourite honeydew is actually dead this time. And man, this death actually has made me the saddest of all the horror movie deaths I've seen. He could have survived this by finishing off Ghostface. Or he should have had a happily ever after with Gail. But neither happened, so. Sydney arrives in Woodsboro and hugs Gail in a scene that actually felt emotional. Samantha tries leaving Woodsboro, but Sydney reveals the truth that Ghostface will always follow them. And when Sam still doesn't budge, Sydney puts a tracker in her car, which I don't blame her for. Tara forgets her inhaler, and they drive to Amber's house, who's having a party for a tribute to Wes, which was an actual tribute to Wes Craven, who made the first 4 films before unfortunately passing away. Viv gets mad at Chad for not wanting to go off alone, which I just wanted to mention here, since that's a stupid reason to get mad when there's a killer trying to kill you all. Yeah, that's what I thought. Chad goes outside anyway to find Liv, and Mindy gives him the smart idea to give him a weapon, which actually helps him out when he's attacked by Ghostface. But he's still stabbed several times, and somehow survives, when he will still survive worse in the next movie. He could have done better by using the weapon he actually got to hit more vital areas instead of just like shoving it. Sam and Tara arrive at Amber's house, and Amber and Richie kick out every house guest that are there. Sydney and Gail reveal that Amber's house is also Stu's house from the original. Mindy imitates her uncle, which makes her get stabbed by Ghostface. Whilst everyone is accusing Liv of being the killer due to her having Chad's blood on her, Amber reveals herself to be the true killer by killing Liv, which causes everyone to scatter like bugs when you lift up a rock. Gail and Sydney immediately fish out the trap that Amber is presenting. Sydney then goes inside to find the killers and kill them. Sam finds Tara tied up in a closet, but hesitates to untie her in case she is the killer. Sydney somehow gets a phone call, even though the killer should know her number. Anyway, she's thrown over the balcony after being attacked by Ghostface. Sam grabs a gun that is dropped by Sydney, Richie stabs Sam, revealing himself to be a killer as well. Come on, Richie, you were supposed to be a part of the boys. As in, like, a friend group, not the show he's actually also in. Both reveal their motive to make events for a stab movie that is actually good for once. Which is a funny idea, but also probably the most realistic one. I actually find it funny how they present this idea as if it's like a Shark Tank product. I'll literally give you the pitch right here. This product has a killer that audience will like since it's related to the original. And also, it's not a cash grab since old characters will die. For this product, I have gained $140 million. I will offer 10% of the company. I am Barbara, and back in 1997, I watched Scream 2, which I didn't like, and for that reason, I am out of this pitch. Back to the movie. Tara plays whack-a-mole with Amber, using her crutches. And then Tara gets smacked with hand sanitizer. The original girls fight Amber, who becomes Ember when she's shot and lit aflame by a stove. Sam and Richie then fight, where they fall down the stairs, and Sam sees her dad, Billy Loomis, who points out a hidden knife, which is used to eviscerate Richie until Sam is covered in blood. Whilst the film is ending, it's revealed that both Mindy and Chad pulled a Dewey from Scream 1, not this movie, and actually survived from their stab wounds. Gail then promises to write a story about Dewey, which makes me feel more sad knowing he won't be in the next movies. The movie actually ends with Sam and Tara being there for each other in the ride to an ambulance, and a final tribute to Wes Craven. Now that the film is over, I will rank how I think the survivability is for an average human, and how I liked the movie. For Scream 2022, I think that the average person can survive it. Finally, for Scream 2022, I believe it ranks in the high A tier, above Scream 3, below the original Scream, which this time I actually have placed in order. I actually enjoyed this movie, because I feel like it's way above Scream 3, but obviously I couldn't put it in S tier, since it's not as classic as the original. This has been You Versus, and I'll see you next time.